Hello, everyone. Welcome back. More Age of Mythology, more Athenian League. We're in the God tier finals between Jollyman and Apoy. It's a DOD showdown. I'm pretty pumped, not only for this series, but I finally got to watch my favorite football team's game from this weekend. They're terrible. They won in an astounding comeback fashion, so I'm pretty pumped. I'm pretty happy. I hope you're happy. If you're not happy, I hope by the end of watching this, you will be. We're watching Apoy here on the left. He's set. We got an Egyptian mirror. Oh boy. And he is up against Jollyman in the red. On the right, on the unknown. Game one, best of five. God tier, the top tier of the Athenian League. Jollyman's Pharaoh is my wife. Look at this. The name right on the bottom. I'm pointing to it, but you can't see. And Apoy, his Pharaoh, is Jimmy Lotion. So we've got Jimmy Lotion set against JJ's wife, Ra. Here on the unknown, I guess apparently Jollyman does not care about scouting, doesn't really care what is the unknown because he's Ra and Ra can't scout. Not very well, anyway. Meanwhile, Set can scout like crazy. You have vision, you can convert animals. And what do we got here? Very Cliffy. The unknown here for game numero. That's French for one. To celebrate Apoy, who I believe is from France. So, Viva la Apoy. And then Jollyman, he's from Australia, so let's go, mate. And we'll see who wins as we fast forward the early game and we talk about Ra versus Set, which is a matchup I haven't seen much in the retold. That you playing Legacy, you couldn't get away from all the Egyptian players; they were everywhere. But here in retold, not a lot of Egyptian players, so this Ra versus Set matchup is a bit mysterious to me. I would have very much liked to have been Ra in this on Legacy, because Set had just such a hard time competing against Ra's Migdal units, but things are different. You're in a retold, so bit of a mystery what we'll see here. I mean, do we see like a fast heroic? Do we see barracks units? I see a barracks. Hello, ice machine. Good to see you here watching this DOD rivalry here. Apoy a bit of surprise, I feel like, making it to the finals. He was one of the players coming into the season with one of the lower ratings in the group. And don't tell me we're going to have out of syncs. This makes me depressed. As good of a mood as I've been in. Think of it this way. It saves me some time. We'll just double check and make sure it does go out of sync. It looks like it probably will because generally that's what they do. So we aren't going to be able to see Jimmy Lotion versus JJ's wife. In fact, it's just going to go out of sync. So don't know who won game one because I don't know the results, but it's an out of sync. So we will move on to game number two. If somebody knows in the chat who won game one, you can tell me. That's okay. But game number two, I might be able to cheat and see which gods they pick. It doesn't even help. They're both different. So we're in game number two. Game number one is out of stunk. I have found that I don't know how to do that. But I have found that when a recorded game goes out of sync, it's just always out of sync. I have not found one where I can download it from somebody else. If somebody's, I don't know how to do it, especially without finding the results. I mean, I guess if someone is bored enough that wants to see and throw me the rec, I could give it a try. But I feel like it'll just go out of sync because something in the game sync messed up. And Apoy won. All right. You know that for a fact. I'm trusting in Ironhide to tell me that Apoy won game 1, which we did not get to see. So, whatever. All right. Thank you. Thank you for that. So this makes this Jollyman's home map, picking Freyr on the top, right here. And you must think that, you know, all this fish gives Freyr a nice build or something like this. Let's switch the colors here. Because you get, what, 9 fish on either side. Yep. So, I guess, you know, you think at Freyr, I just want to get past the beginning stage of the game. Having fish behind my base will help me get past the beginning stage of the game. And we'll be fine. Oh, okay. We've got a Minotaur wandering forward. So this map is now called Mirage. It always was called Mirage. This is a map that was introduced fairly late into Age of Mythology. Boy, get a special on the... When did he use his special? Does Apoy have the automatic special turned off? Because can't he just whack away the myth units? Jollyman here seems a little bit unprepared for the Minotaur, who's wandering through his brethren here. And will now... Oh. Okay. Well, that was exciting. I was on the edge of my seat for that whole thing. You guys could stop flirting in my chat, please. Just get a room. Thank you very much. Sup, Collarhead? Oh, we've got a town center being snagged by Hades. Hey, you know what? I've never... So, Apoy's got this alternate Hades icon. I can't figure out how to change the icons that you choose. I can't figure it out. It's a mystery to me. Look at these elephants. Now, you should drag it over here so the town center can actually shoot at the thing. Come on. It would save quite a bit of time. But, no big deal, I suppose. Pegasus flying overhead. And we finally have the Asgardian Bastion getting placed up here in what will be a fairly slow-paced game to begin with, but I'm sure we'll see ice and fire explosions later on. Oh, ranged soldiers are 10% cheaper. I think a Hades player would like that. Heavenly Jeweled Spear, what, huh? This must be some new relic here. Max range of melee attack for all counter cav, essentially. I like how the spearmen, I like how the Prodromos is like the only cavalry that's thrown into this. I guess it goes with the counter cav, so interesting. I had forgotten that there would be some new relics introduced with the Japanese, and I guess that's one of them. The other relics we've got here is the Armory or Anvil of Phaistos, and then this is the one I was just looking at. Okay, I guess Apoy has it. And what is Jollyman? Jollyman doesn't even have a relic. The loser. Herseer come wandering up. Turned away. You know, I feel like you could almost like make a rule that if you see a town center built that's like slightly forward or something, just always assume there's unprotected villagers behind it and just run right past the town center. So why not just run? You see, because if he would have ran right past that town center, he would have seen all these villagers back here. And sometimes I feel like players are just a little bit too quick to get turned back by just a town center. But maybe he wanted to grab his own town center. For what reason does he build so many? I have no clue. I guess just because he has tons of food from the water, and I don't know. Because you're right, I mean, either archers or pacifists will absolutely blast these guys now. And you're right, it does kind of cut down his quick age up here, where he's got, yeah, nine Perseer. I'm sure he has a reason. Or maybe he just built too many. I don't know. It would be nice to kind of wall off the map. This map is a little bit different, not only because it has water on the edge, but it's a map that the edges, you know, this is squished. It's not actually a box map like our other maps. It's a rectangle. The edges are squished in a little bit. But as we switch over to Apoy and see what Apoy is doing, Apoy is getting Toxotes and some Hoplites. Grabbing him Fortress already? Does this mean Apoy wants to do like a fast mythic? I do have eye gear, just got in. Or does he just want a palace up here or a fortress to protect the gold miners? Could be. Because it looks like he's floating the resources to get it. Oh, I like this cheeky dock here by Jollyman. We're watching the God tier finals for Tiger. Back for the second stream of the night. Earlier we watched the Mythic tier finals. It was a good match. I enjoyed it. Here we're watching God tier. Hopefully it's enjoyable. So far it's been a little bit disappointing because the first game went out of sync after like 5 minutes. But I guess if we want to look at the bright side of things, it does save me a little time. Now we have the Kraken over here whacking away at the Hydra. Skilla. Oh, used his special on the stupid fishing ship. But man, this Kraken does some work. Look how much resources this thing's forcing out. This would be very angry. Make me angry as Apoy that this Kraken is so much better than the Kraken. Or is so much better than the Scylla. Now if he can like time up his special attacks here. I don't know. I can't see how much special. Whoa! We've got Tempest coming in on the front while I'm distracted. I don't know if Jolly really wants to push into this. This seems like a pretty eager Tempest that won't accomplish a whole lot. I mean, he's picking off a few units. Does have a really nice military advantage, but I don't know if this is quite the position you want to push in. Unless he's just using this to get, like, map dominance. Does take a nice little fight here. I like the nice little turnaround on that fight. He gets the throwing axeman to rapidly move to the back. The fishing pressure is now finished. So the way you do that, so say you're throwing axemen this way, you're running this way. If you want them to quickly hop to the other side, you basically, well, it's kind of hard to show now that they're running. You basically click on the back end of your troops as they're running, and that will, like right now, if he were to click right here, the units would all switch sides very quickly, and that's a very nice way to manage that, as we do have Artemis is aged up. Now, Artemis might flatten a whole lot of buildings here, and we've got the Peltas just face tanking the units there with some shift clicking bugs, and the rest of the buildings are heavily damaged but not destroyed. I feel like a better aimed Earthquake would have killed this as well. Like, he probably aimed here, but could he not have just gotten the edges of both buildings and gotten both to go down? Frere does have free repair. Jollyman is... Ooh, that was a nice sound. The Chimera just blowing out some fire. Now, don't lose your Chimera, though the hearse here is shooting at the hoplite. Now, run it back. Come on. No, no, no. There you go. Now, looks like... Gets the town center back up. See, the problem that Apoy is running into right now. Here comes the Golem Bursty here, right on top of the Chimera. Tusking away at that thing, pushes the attack back. He wants some Manticore meat. Gets one whack. Stuns it, but then gets distracted by the heroes. Wow, okay, does get it anyway. And Wilbur the pig is wandering forward. And is the counter attack going to be too much for Apoy to handle? Or all of his defenses help him out here? Piggy is just about to go down. And now, yeah, here comes our counter from Jollyman. He's getting all of the techs here. Do we have Shafts of Plague? We've got two ranged unit relics, which gotta make Apoy pretty happy, but no Shafts of Plague in, and that's, at one point Shafts of Plague was like an amazingly fantastic technology. I think it still is, just not quite as good. We do see the trio battering rams here, and two more join their cause. And one thing that Apoy has to worry about is he really has not a lot of melee units, to where this town center will probably go down quite rapidly here to all of these battering rams. And it does. Yes, we have another, where did this get? Right here. Now, was it worth it, though, to sack 5 battering rams for a town center? Probably by the time you count up, idle villager time and rebuilding, it's probably somewhat even. But maybe not. No. Jollyman does have nice control of the middle of the map. We have a pause, a break, everybody. Taking a few breaths as we ready for round, probably, I don't know, we could call it round 3, I suppose. Maybe round 4 of these fights right here, this one area. Now, Jollyman does spot out this additional fortress. This is actually a very important part of the map for Apoy, because I think Apoy is out of gold other than that gold mine. We have the Helipolises coming forward and taking quite a bit of damage. 650 hit points. This helped them survive for quite a long time. Ooh, a nice restoration, especially on this Helipolis that was almost dead. And these, I think Apoy is reaching a little bit too far forward. I guess he can retreat this way now. But I worry about his positioning of these Peltas just a little bit here. And yeah, they're really starting to melt. As both players are... Where are you going? Nicely done to keep them throwing on the throwing axemen, though. Oh, now they've... This Helipolis is lost. In the end, I don't think that was the greatest for Apoy. His problem there is that he really didn't have any reinforcements coming in. We can see that there's some severe eco issues, and Apoy just kind of does like a random panic back of the map underworld as these villagers have stopped running and now get turned into berserks. I really like this one that's 2 hit points. So I guess he might get healed up. But Jolly does have some dwarfs there, and now we do have the Fenris Wolf about to come in. I would just send it running. Just do it right now. Right on here. Just do it. Just do it. Come on. Jollyman looks to be in pretty good position here coming into the Mythic Age. Apoy's Earthquake just didn't quite level quite enough on the front. And now Jollyman is forcing a lot of idle time, and Apoy is a little bit gold starved now. And come on, send it. Don't let Apoy resign before you use the exploding wolf. Just right now. Got 2. Almost. Do we have crenellations? Players forget crenellations. This battering ram. Portable ram, I should say. It's ready to take on military by himself. What have we up here? Oh, Apoy is returning Jollyman's favor. The problem is we've got this Jormund Elber that kind of just renders that useless. And we've got Fafnir up here burning down the gate to the underworld. Surely we're going to see implode here. Come on, do it. Come on. Send it. Oh, we're not going to see it, are we? I mean, he doesn't really need to, I guess, as the Peltas are now caught out. Getting whacked down by the champion Huskarl. And 200 favor he does. Wow, he's got enough favor to do whatever he wants. And Jollyman is in very firm control here at Gate. Apoy is about ready to throw in the towel, as he will lose access to gold. This fortress. And in the end, the semi-quick mythic, I guess, wasn't quite the play here. Just didn't really get a whole lot of benefit. I think the earthquake power now. Nothing like a flying boat. But the earthquake power just isn't quite what it used to be. Over nerfed? Don't know. Where's Jollyman's population anyway? Oh, they're down here. Oh, we've got some sneaky gold miners who aren't really so sneaky, but they think they are. He has spotted them. 2 are chopping wood. Boy is somehow holding, despite having a much smaller military. Where is... There they come. Here comes Fafnir. Hey, let's send some gold over. Man, that's a cool looking. Man, that looks cool when he gets stoned by Perseus. Yeah, the villagers get chased off. Look at this gold mine down here in the pit of the map. Ooh, some Gastrofatoros. Look at these guys go. Now we have Shafts of Plague. It maybe took a little too long for them to get here. Don't see these guys used very much. Now this pause means the game is over. It just didn't want to show or resign. So Jollyman takes game 2 as we knot up the series 1-1 with a really solid game 2 in. Dark Soul, hello. Good to see you. Hope you are doing well. I can't look at the post game because the game didn't technically end. But as we can see, Jollyman is in full control of the game and played really well here. Apoy's semi-quick mythic just didn't quite achieve what it wanted. We move to game number 3. What shall we see? Loki versus Zeus. Okay. Okay, what kind of a looking map am I looking at here? Is this Kurlauger? It sure looks like it is Kurlauger. Map saw some playtime in some of the earlier Age of Mythology tournaments. You know, I see players do this. How much food do you suppose you'd lose by doing all of this right away? And does it really matter? So we're already at 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. I'm not gonna... Hagrid! This game should math it for me. There should be a little thing on here. It just says, the amount of food lost to decay. 20. I shouldn't have to math it. The game should also micro for me, too. What are we looking at? Oh, this is Loki up here in the top, right? I do very much love whoever was the brainchild that put together the Shallows. There's something I've wanted this in Age of Mythology for years, decades, in fact. Because it was in Age of Empires too, and I always loved the maps that had your Shallows part of the map, and very happy. This was actually maybe the thing that made me happiest when I first played Retold was, hey, look at the Shallows. Units can walk on it. Boats can walk on it. And then I tested Japanese and saw that Setan Kai map that is like all Shallows, and I was quickly in Age of Mythology heaven. Now the downside is I haven't had time to play much on the new expansion, so I actually haven't played on the map yet. I don't think. Maybe someday we will look forward to that day, and then probably lose. No, good job to Rebels. Always enjoyed Rebels work. Back when I worked on the Voobly fan patch with a wide variety of individuals, Rebels really came in clutch to help with all of the maps. He didn't make all the maps, but he really updated. Actually, it was either Haggard or Rebels that would have been making the maps, but Rebels was kind of my guy who... Oh, you can slow it down now. The game is continued past Archaic Age, but yeah, Rebels Rising was did a lot of good work for the balance patch, and here he is becoming an employee for Retold. You know what? In some way, as like the fatherly figure that I am, I feel like me allowing him to come on and work on the patch maps was like what got him his job. You know, I like gave him an internship, and then he turned that into a job. Yeah, it's probably not realistic at all, but I'll think it that way. So you could thank me later, Rebels. Maybe send me like autographed, like, I don't know. You surely you have some sort of like Age of Mythology Retold like memorabilia. If you could autograph something and send it to me, I'll take it. I feel like I deserve it. But anyway, the game we are watching between Jollyman and Apoy has Apoy applying some pretty hot pressure up here on the top left of the map. I feel like when this was being played, this map, being played in some of the earlier retold tournaments, that Zeus was generally considered to be a very strong god on the map. I feel like Restoration is pretty tough to overcome here, where you throw in your hoplites that get the attack bonus versus buildings. Do they still get it? I don't see it here listed anywhere. Why isn't it listed anywhere? I thought they did. Let's see. Tech tree. Zeus. Plus 60% damage and hoplites move faster. Yeah. I thought so. I guess all this combination, and then you have the Minotaur just clearing out all of these units. We have the big restoration. Makes it tough for the opponent to take care of this. Now, we do see the hoplites getting forced back by this mass of throwing axemen. But as this game continues along, we can see that Apoy has quite a bit more fishing ships than Jollyman, who has just 3. And Apoy, I believe, is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 if we count the spots on the mini-map. And that's going to be a rough climb. Switch these things around. A rough climb back for Jolly Wobbles, who will try to maybe do a little bit of a counter here. Trying to get this dock up. The Hersier and Cirques come down. But yeah, this interaction between boats and human units, I really enjoy. Now, I don't know why Jollyman's taking this fight. This boat just got to get shoved around by the units. But yeah, I really like this. It opens up a very intriguing part of gameplay. The only thing Age of Mythology is missing is demo ships. I don't play Age of Empires 2 very often, but when I do, I try to play these coastal maps and like get like some massive demo ship explosions that just make my opponent rage. This is a lot of units dedicated to this top right of the map here now for Apoy. Jollyman would probably just want to just swap back to the left side. Maybe take down the boats over here. See, look at this. This is really cool that the units here can raid the fishing ships. It's kind of cool, right? Jollyman is sending some throwing axemen to their doom up here. But see, he can't go too far forward. It's getting a nice raid here. But what, like, Apoy should just send his units back and dive the town center. He wants to save them this way. Oh, they're distracted by that one berserk. And this is not a good... This is kind of disastrous right here for Apoy, actually. He was in a really good spot, but then this kind of random Ulsark. Oh, then the throwing axemen come in to throw a few axes, and now we're going to have quite the showdown here in the middle of the map. Both players wanting this gold mine. Here come the trolls. One's bolted. Throw one rock, and I think maybe these Toxotes in the back end are maybe a little too scary. We have these Berserk well looking to pressure. Maybe don't dive too deep in now. We'll see. Desperately holding on to this healing spring. We've got the Berserks on the back here. I don't know if this is too far in for Apoy. We have quite the fight under this town center, and I didn't think he went too far forward. He is getting cleaned up. Whoa, he got a little too eager there. And now the units come back, and the villagers for Apoy must retreat. And that was a decision made by Apoy. Not a good one. I mean, I know I was saying just a little bit ago, like, he should dive. send these villagers back. But I think that kind of changed once he came up here and pushed these units off of the gold. Because Apoy should have been actually, at this point, pretty happy to be controlling this part of the map and pushing the villagers away to the point where he didn't need to come diving in all the way, because now he kind of has what he wants, right? He's got gold control of the middle of the map. It says villagers are even. I don't know if it counts fishing ships. Surely it doesn't. Maybe it does. And this is also a little bit iffy here. We don't have a restoration. We have more villagers. Vills are not about to be even anymore, as these guys gotta get out of Dodge. But do we have enough reinforcements on this? You know, I like this map. I recall like the top players complaining about this, but I like a good chaotic map, and boy is this game chaotic. Now, Apoy needs to be careful that he doesn't overchase these units, because Jollyman could run in this next group over here. Well, it looks like he falls back. What's Apoy see? Sees these units, trending right into the back wood line as they say hello to the villagers. And we've got these hoplites trying to keep up as best as their little sandaled feet can go. And we have Jollyman sneaking out, and these units trying to, if we could get a nice shove into the corner. Now this is no bueno if you're Jollyman here. Got a little trapped. I'd say, this is what I was talking about though. He overchased, and now these villagers are on their own, getting attacked by Palnatoki the archer, who is certainly not an archer. Hammering away at these villagers. Haggard, if you're still in, did they like let every employee, like, did you all get to like pick a name for the Herseer? Because that'd be fun. Or maybe like be some sort of like weekly, like, you know, employee of the week gets an extra name for the Herseer. The villager count now is not in Apoy's favor. We have a big fight here in the middle. Trolls galore. And the throwing axemen seem to be too many. And the trolls also too many, and there's no more heroes. So the trolls... Huh? I didn't expect Jollyman to retreat there. Boyd Clobberson, yeah. Oh, they're real names? Sometimes, though, your real historical names, you never really know. I mean, history is written by one side, typically the winners, so who knows. But that's still pretty cool. I think they should have allowed people to, allowed employees to get one like every week. Jollyman is about to squeeze this game into a victory, I feel. His military mass here is a little scary. The troll spawn behind. Oh, that's what you be. Okay, yeah. Thank you, Jack Cloud D, for the raid. I hope you had a good stream, and I hope you're having a good day. As we see the triremes coming in, the burning triremes. Where are they shooting those arrows? They like went straight up in the sky. But yeah, this is the point where the classical age Greek is really going to struggle against this, because how in the world are they going to reach the cave trolls without getting, you know, completely axed by all of the axemen? You're one hero of the game. Trireme's desperately trying to help out. We have our one hero wandering forward. He gets one hit, and then he's dead. Here comes Heracles. He gets a couple more hits. He's tanking, actually. Gets one troll, but now there are no units for Apoy behind this. And that may have been the end. Yep, it was. For some reason, these recorded games, we aren't seeing anyone resign, even though there is a resignation here. Just means I can't look at the post game, which is a little bit sad because I like the post game. But as we end the game, we have 48 villagers to 23 and 99 to 30 military count. And this was a fun game. It really came down to the decisions that were made when Jollyman came running in with his berserk raid on these gold mines. I think at this point in the game, Apoy was decently ahead, but he made a series of just bad choices after this that sent the game kind of tumbling off the counter and into the toilet, and he lost. Well played, Jollyman. You know, for every bad choice a player makes, it's generally forced by a good play from the opponent. So well done to Jollyman for forcing the bad decision. As we move into game number 4 of this best of 5, which means we're now at a match point for Jollyman. Coming into game number 4, what will we see? We see a Ra against an Apoy. A Zeus Apoy, that is. At the Aurochs here. Now stop chasing. This is one thing that annoys me about villagers. Like, I would not want him chasing either, but he does. And we are on Mediterranean. Okay, Apoy does like his Mediterranean. Perhaps as a young boy, he played on the banks of the Mediterranean in southern France. So it's like home for him as we are looking at Jollyman on the top here. This Pharaoh down here and empowering the duck. Is Pharaoh's name is Space Monkey. Space Monkey is looking to put the series away here. A win, and Jollyman will be the champion, the crown champion of Athenian League. It's Athenian Season 3 of the God tier. Keep in mind, there are 4 tiers in the Athenian League. God tier is the top, Mythic is second, Heroic is third, and Classical is fourth. It makes sense if you think about it. And we've got a final in each series, because each tier is divided between amongst players of equal-ish skill as best as possible. So we get 4 champions from each skill tier, so that's cool. I like it. It's been fun. Players have enjoyed it. I mean, we're in the 3rd season here, so I almost wish I would have started it sooner, maybe done it in Legacy, but if we really would have had the players back then. Like when Legacy you had, I feel like, more kind of top players, so to speak, than you did like the intermediate pool of players that we have here in Retold. We've got a nice pool of intermediate players as we can fast forward as these boat is trying to find the fish. Sometimes these fish get a little camouflaged. Nah, he can't find the fish either. There's some here. This is you know, well, maybe it is fair. I thought that well, that's just a mark on my computer. I thought that was a mini map of a fish, but I just had dust in my computer. Actually, this is I thought this was maybe an unfair map. It's just that all of the fish spawn like in this line right through the middle, which I like, because then like you don't really have a whole lot of a benefit if you're just a defender sitting in your dock. How is Japan? I think Japan, the quality is there. I think for an old guy like me, I find them confusing. I don't fully understand Bushido and the XP and how it works and all of that, but that might just be me being dumb. But as far as quality, they're fun. One of the gods is maybe a little bit broken as far as balance, but I don't really care. That doesn't really matter to me. I just play to have fun. Or, in this case, I don't even play, I just stream. But yeah, Japan's fine. I think it'll be fun. There's some cool things. I do enjoy some of the god powers. I think are really cool. Both players are going with hammer ship, siege ship. As we have quite the hammering here in the middle of the map, like a bunch of carpenters, and we have a restoration fairly early on to these boat fights. I don't really know if really that gives Apoy much of an advantage. Now here come some of the first triremes. You just got to be careful not to get distracted by the fishing ships. We retreat. You know, we don't see a lot of all-out fights on Mediterranean because players don't like to play Mediterranean and avoid it. So I was kind of talking about this in the earlier series where we had another Mediterranean game. You know, we don't really know, like, what the best combination of boats are. Like, is it really best to go with 3 types? Or maybe just 2, and what are the best 2? I like the hammer ships, because they're the fastest and they do snare. I would almost think that your best is to maybe combo just hammer ships and triremes, as we see a really big fight here. And it's a scary number of boats here for Jollyman. And Apoy, needing the win in this game, has got to be shaking in his boots just a little bit. Though there are some weak boats here. We do see our queue here. We're still making boats. You can't lose water this early. And yeah, I don't know what these siege boats are. Maybe he misclicked, but yeah, there's literally no triremes from the Norse player. So why would he even have made any? But yeah, we've got just quite a bit of hammer boats here from the opponent, and now a few siege ships as they siege along. We do have some heroes up here annoying Jollyman's gold while the battle rages on the sea, and gotta stay back. Man, this is just a scary number of ships still. Gets underneath the dock. A lot of really low hit point boats, and only 3. As both heroes have died, probably not for worth. Jollyman is grabbing a second town center with Space Monkey. Yeah, he might. You're right, Chronic. He might need to mix in a few hammer ships now, which he is. Jollyman is taking the advantage on the water right now to get a town center built. Now, is this too early of a town center grab for Apoy or for Jollyman? Is he going to regret it? Like, is he going to lose out on the sea because of this grab here? I mean, this is 550 resources that he's plugged into the town center. It'll take a little bit of time for it to pay off, especially if he gets pushed off of the water. And Apoy is really making a ton of boats here. He might actually need to be careful to not overproduce, actually. Now Jollyman is building a few boats. We've got 16 boats to 17. As now we come back to another fight. But I like Apoy's... Ooh, I don't think I would have continued here. Jollyman's trying to figure out what he needs to do. I think as Apoy, you have to push in here and now, right now. I think you're taking a really good fight as Apoy right here. And if Apoy sees this, he needs to stop boat production right now. Just cut it. Otherwise, he's going to put too much into the water. And he does cut it. So... I don't... Ooh, this is... an interesting turn of events here. See, I don't know if Apoy really overproduced by too much here. He has a lot of boats left over. Probably like 5 too many boats. The downside is that the fish here isn't superb, because there's some sailing time for these ones in the middle. He also needs to make sure he gets the boat upgrade here soon. It depends though now. Okay, he has enough on farm, so he'll be fine. We do have a rain. I think Jolly's really trying to bait even more boats from Apoy. But I don't know. I am not... I feel like the game actually, for how bad it started for Apoy, this is the best outcome he could have wanted. Jollyman just used rain. He doesn't have plow? Ooh. Jolly is a raw main. You gotta get plow. Come on now. Like, for any raw player who casts rain without plow should just be an instant loss. Now these spearmen could be scary. Apoy just got pretty fortunate just in how luck went that Jollyman grabbed this town center and built barracks on this side of the map, because the goal that Apoy happened to move to in the town center was on the right side. Jason's desperately trying to carry back Harmonia's necklace. And yet, just get him in the boat. A lot of players don't remember that units can hide in the boat. Get him in the boat. There we go. I like it. Jolly did lose a couple villagers on a raid on the gold mine. But yes, I think he's maybe ran out of food before he used rain. To where he probably could be a little bit higher. These guys need to attack the next dock. And these spearmen are not getting any value here at all. And Apoy has a really nice relic. This was like... Harmonious Necklace was one of the best relics of the original game because of how it kind of was a little goofy. Ooh, we see Jolly is making some boats. Now, he wants to maybe come back on the water. But these are the hammer ships are the wrong boats to make. Because of how many triremes are hiding behind this. There's still quite a few. And now Jollyman shows his hammer ships, and these were the wrong boats to make. Like, at this point, you don't try to fight back and regain the water. You just sink into... You kind of just justify the overproduction of Apoy's boats. And the Scylla is a strong creature to fight through as well. So Yeah, on. No, I don't like the siege ship play. I don't think that. I think it was a poor decision. Because who cares about killing the docks? I mean, what does it matter? Ooh, the rock died. Yeah, I would say that for as much of an advantage of Jollyman had early, he should have just won this to sea instead of grabbing the town center. I think Jolly basically did as little as he could with the advantage that he had. You don't want to lose your Patsuchos. These things are some strong units. I'm a big fan in this situation of the Manticore spam. The Manticores absolutely bomb on top of the barracks units. Yeah, Meta was like the one map that Gaia was okay again. Okay on back in the day. Got a Migdol, and so we have kind of transitioned to a fairly even game here. Villager count is about the same when you consider Apoy's resources. Jen, it's a good question. Chronic or bystander, I guess. Do you still play Retold or not? Always get a toss off with your mana core. Just turn and shoot him once. Just shoot him. There you go. Jollyman wants to press this, but I don't know if he really wants to. I'm intrigued by this. Look at this boat here. They are jamming some pretty awesome music on that boat. We have the Locust. That was a nice Locust. Forced a really, actually, probably a bad positioning fight for Apoy. But Jolly can't push. Let's see if this boat, the crew on this boat, still jamming along. Some pretty good music here. Oh, now it moves. Actually, I'm not often, historically, I haven't often been with bystander very often, but I would agree that the speed tech that Heimdall gave in Legacy for boats was better than most people realized. So we see the camels coming down. This isn't worth it, this raid here. You're losing more than you're gaining by sending these camels in. Yeah, see, Norse boats were strong, but they had a hard time actually using that strength because of how slow they were. Oh, I like this. He has trapped the camels in with... This is something I wish players did more often, is when a raiding group breaks through a wall and comes in, you build the wall back behind them once they come in. This is really well done by Apoy, and now these 10 camels have basically just died for no value here. But Apoy still pushed into a corner. He's waiting to get this, just the stack of technologies are coming in here. You see Sarissa coming in. I get Shield coming in. Sunray wants to come in. We just got a ton of armory upgrades that just came in. You can hear the noises of all these armory upgrades. And Jollyman might be in a bit of a bind here. He stole the Bloody Vault. As we would maybe see some more techs come in. But not quite. Rogue Siege Tower gets destroyed. Colossus is coming forward. Oh, that town center is up. Apoy coming forward to grab this gold mine. Now we're getting our third tier of upgrades along with fortified town center so that he can get the more resources or the more population space he needs. And Jollyman, what does Jollyman have in the darkness here? A lot of units almost up Osiris. You know what? Bring back the bolt that insta-kills Osiris. That's what I want out of Legacy now. Next balance patch, make it happen. The instant... How in the world? And the original game, did the devs decide to make Bolt insta-kill Osiris? It was a decision. No, there is a shifting sands to counter it, but I would really like to see Apoy flipping the map here and doing an underworld from here to here, forcing out a shifting sands one direction, and then jumping back into the underworld and flattening the other side of the base. I think that is the play here, rather than taking what is maybe a coin flip fight. Hard to tell. I mean, you've got all your archers shooting at the town center. But maybe Apoy will still win this fight anyway, courtesy of all the better upgrades, but I'm not so sure. No, Apoy is not winning this fight. The Peltas are wasting their time on the Osiris here. And yeah, this was a big loss here. And I'm convinced in my mind, Apoy will probably still, maybe still win. We see some catapults here. I still would have liked to see a flip of the map. Underworld from here to here. Force out a shifting sands and then just come right back and fight this without any defending army. But it looks like the reinforcements... I don't know, it's close. 112 hit points. Can you bolt a Shogun? I don't think so. So Osiris is trying to hide. Oh, he's gonna get on the catapults here. Trapolo. Trying to finish this off. I get the repair. Maybe it wasn't okay for Apoy. Apoy might have lost this game with his... I don't know. I feel like Apoy could have really easily just won this game within the last 2 minutes if he would have underworlded. But he didn't. Now we have quite the fight brewing here right in front of the palaces, the fortresses. And trying to get this down. I don't know if the camel should be fighting in this choke, though, against all of these Toxotes. Oh, now we have... Oh, where are the Toxotes? Oh, they're getting on Osiris. 50-40. Jolly, you notice? Well, Apoy, this is so close. Is Jolly way behind in arm? Not really. Jolly will lose his position in the end. Game's not over, though. Game's not over. Big Toxote double raid. So Osiris wandering off with 38 hit points. Are we looking for now? Are we going to give our underworld flip to the other side of the map, or do we just push right through? Boy, that was a close fight on the right side of the map here. Jolly's struggling a little bit. He needs a few more Migdols on the field. Yeah. Look at the unit queue stacked in here. I also don't know if the chariots are the play here. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of the chariots. I would rather just see probably spearmen, or not spearmen, axe. Oh, ooh, this is I like this though. Yeah, that's a good. It's good. In the end, a good underworld. Ooh, we got a turtle and a couple of hammer ships. And we've got a big fight here. Oh, Son of Osiris, he's gonna get pegged. 31 hit points. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no, he's losing his entire army chasing Son of Osiris with 14. 8-5! Oh, he got him! Does lose all of his archers at an expense. Was it worth it? In the end, I'm not sure. I am not sure if it was. I don't think the chariots do enough damage. Because they have a slow attack speed. Jollyman desperately needs this last gold mine. And then the Peltas come in and they can clear this, but watch out. Get out. Get out of here. Apoy's taking a bad fight here. Yeah, just jump back in. Ooh. Then he just sent a few units in and now out. Nope. They're in again. Now send them out. Sending units in and out here. Getting the markets up. This gold mine here. Oh, is that a second? 2 plenty vaults. Hoplites rushing into this position here. Oh, do get a kill on the Pharaoh. That's actually pretty significant. Kill on the Pharaoh, because now all of these towers and such aren't getting the empowerment. And this is a nice attack here where all of the units are out of position. And Jolly might be able to flatten this town center before the units come in to defend. Maybe not quite. Not quite. The camels come running in. But now, see, Apoy's at a nice spot here, though, where he can, like... He could kind of attack both sides here nicely and pressure Jollyman, because Jollyman needs to defend this. But Jollyman also doesn't have a trade route, so he needs to defend this as well. And yeah, Jollyman's doing a good job extending this game. I think, though, it depends. This position here is super important. I have a question. We don't ever see it anymore. Do upgraded siege ships, can they still take down town centers? This is on a nice edge here. Apoy really needs to stop just trickling units in. We're getting to the 30-minute mark on a game that's a bit back and forth, and Apoy needs to do something about this trade route. They are a little confused, these camels and such, at least the ones that are getting made. Yeah, Jolly could spam trade. He's got the food for sure. So yeah, as soon as he puts up a decent number of markets, he can just pop out the trade, which it looks like he is doing. You know what, let's flip the sides here, because certainly blue is on the right half of the map, and Jolly's on the left half. We're getting favor in. Yeah. Can a siege ship, siege ships take this down? I haven't seen enough meta games on, especially late games, to know if like your siege ships can take this. He's got 2 plenty vaults though. I think he's probably okay. We don't have a plow, or we don't even have plow over here. That's part of the problem. And probably at this point, he doesn't even think about getting plow, because he assumes he probably has. Like, at 30-minute mark in the game, you're really not thinking about economy upgrades anymore. You just probably assume you have them. Nice job with these Peltas here. Spreading out the damage on these chariots. They are melting these chariots. Oh my goodness. Now, 2 of them just have the 5 hit points, but that was some good. There you go. Clear out the last few remaining ones that have low hit points. Yeah, this is a bit of a scary push here. Jollyman, all of a sudden, his military count has just dropped so much. And yeah, I just don't know about chariots. I don't know. I'd rather just see Axemen camels. But this is a scary push. Scary push in by Apoy onto the main town center here. And Jollyman, for whatever reason, he just doesn't have enough military buildings, I'm convinced. Especially once close to the front. I mean, his reinforcements are coming from here and back here, where he doesn't really have defender's advantage here. We have these heavy Helipolis taking so much. Both players are at full pop, but that's partially because Jollyman's missing some houses and other such. Space Monkey the Second is trying to hold the position here. Getting iron weapons. Villagers trying to finish off these siege towers. Getting some tower upgrade. Yep, the late game tower push. These tower upgrades, he is. Look at this unit queue. Jolly's unit queue. He's only got 2 camels for military. Here comes an Axeman. Villager on villager violence down here. Trying to get this tower down. Jollyman is all of a sudden now in a world of hurt when it comes to economy for farming. Space Monkey the Second trying to get this town center up. We still have this Helipolis here that should put a stop to this nonsense. And yes. Catapult firing from long range. We have Bolt has been used on, I have no clue what. I don't know what he bolted, if he tried to bolt the Pharaoh and missed. And that is it. GG, well played to Apoy. Gets the game there for whatever reason. I have no idea why the game isn't officially ending. So I can't look it up, look at the post game. But we have reached to game 5, and at 34, 34, and 59 FPS, we have ended this game, which was a fun one. And the game ends with Jolly having zero military units. I would have liked to have seen Jolly finish off water. Well played by both players, though. Unfortunately, there can be only one winner as we move into game number 5. Both players deserve it. Both players have won our hearts over. But as we move into an Egyptian war on Giza, there can be only one winner. On the left, we have Apoy Isis. His version, the South Kingdom of Egypt, run by the Pharaoh Mr. Banana. Against Jollyman up on the right, he is Ra versus Isis. His Northern Kingdom, this is one of my more favorite names, is led by Juicy McMeats, a renowned pharaoh of Egyptian lore. I think Juicy McMeats has it over Mr. Banana. So, Isis should win this. Should. Maybe.
Rig. In which?
Depends. A lot depends on where the second gold mine is in this matchup. We will wait to see where the gold mines are as the players scout them. Very forward mine here. With the players spawning not in a corner, more towards the middle, there is the chance of a decent corner gold mine. It doesn't look like there's any over here. The raw player will probably take a bit to find his gold mine. We do have one way forward up there. Where are the gold? See, okay, grabs these. What relic do we have? Caravans are faster and cheaper. We get late. That could be important. Relic over here. A favor trickle rate. Kinda. You know, it's hard to put a value on that relic because well, it's just more favor. It's kind of hard to say, well, I won because I had 10 more favor. Ooh, this is what I'm talking about right here. This kind of gold mine isn't terrible for Giza, which can have some really, really rough mines. It is far away, and there's actually a pretty decent chance that Jollyman will never scout it. You do have this really close one as well. So this is your close one. The others are not so close, as we have Ta up for Jollyman, getting one barracks out.
You need to.
2 barracks out. Apoy with the slightly slower age up. It's got this corner of the map just absolutely peppered with obelisks. With Bast, getting Sacred Cats right away. Sacred Cats makes villagers gather faster from everything. Make an armory. We have spearmen up here cleaning out all of the obelisks. These spearmen Oh, Jolly did see this gold mine in the corner. 2 Wadgets. Running defense. Sees the Sphinx here. Clearing out all of these cheap obelisks. And Wadgets come forward. Oh, oh. Can't hit a thing with their spit. Spearmen have finally cleaned up all of these obelisks up here. Oh. For some reason, Apoy thought that trade would go a lot better for him than what it did. He loses a Sphinx there for nothing. Bit of a calm. Trying to get an age up here with Athens. Lots of goats in his base. Nice close gold mine. Spearmen poking forward to see what they can see. Prosperity being used on this gold mine. And the spearmen will get turned away by the Sphinx. Jollyman looks to be going for heroic age as well, just a little bit slower. He's put a little more into the spears and the Wadget numbers. Wadgets actually do really well in this matchup. They're pretty high value myth unit here. Do decent damage to other units, especially other myth units, which is kind of what's scary of the Isis Ancestors Eclipse Fast Heroic. Yeah, these spearmen are just clearing the map. We have a town center being grabbed. Grabbing this town center because of this safe back gold mine, I think. Priest is attempting to run into the corner of the desert. Nicely done to take these back in case an Ancestor's Eclipse were to come down on here. So, good job by them being there. Sphinx are coming forward. I think he's trying to figure out what Jollyman is doing. No. Doesn't quite get a line of sight of that town center being built. Apoy is now on a little bit of a timer. Because Jolly is aging up here soon. With an extra town center. And it doesn't look like Apoy is poised to do any sort of pressure here anytime soon. That's 3 monuments. Need some camels. Myth units are also faster as well. It's got a nice set of myth unit relics. He's trying to get a timing check under this gold mine. It's a scary number of Wadgets here. But Jolly can very happily and safely transition to that back gold. If he wants to save time, he could even just shifting sands these units up to the gold mine. I wonder how much resources you'd save with the long walk over. With Sobek. So Jollyman's going with a very ranged heavy combination here. I don't know if Apoy can. Yeah, actually, I like Ancestor's Eclipse here. We do have the Locust being used, but I think there's going to be enough to get on these Wadgets here. And a really nice timing. Oh, if he could have timed that just a little bit sooner to prevent this Migdal from going up. But he may destroy it anyway on the back end of this, which is maybe almost worse for Jollyman. And Jolly may be regretting this town center grab. Ooh, we need to get the Pharaoh over here, I think, pretty quick. Oh, priests are going to get pushed off over there. Repairing like madmen as fast as they can. Getting on another priest. There is a Petsuchos down here. I don't know if he's going to quite kill it, though. But this is a ton of damage being put forward onto these units. Do we have... Don't have Skin of the Rhine. I think these camels should have run out before that. And boy, man, if that attack would have came in like 10 seconds earlier to stop the Migdal from being built, that would have been game over right then and right there. But just a little too slow. Now the game's not over, but you can kind of look as that's a missed opportunity of a win for Apoy. Is missing that timing by about 10 seconds. And he certainly could have come forward and hit that timing. Just run his units forward a little bit sooner. Camel's coming forward to check the base scenario. There's not a whole lot going on. Jolly's going to have to transition awkwardly here pretty soon. We've got chickens that just get blasted by the tower. Camel's checking around the map. What is Apoy doing for food? He's got double Migdal. He's got good vision of the map to be able to see any raids coming in. But Apoy didn't kill many villagers. With all this favor he's got, I would love to see like a scorpion spam. Oh, he's got a cavalry relic? What is this one? Heroes are faster. It's not cavalry at all, even though it looks like it. Let's have the heavy camel rider already. And here comes 3 camels to check what's going on over here, and they don't like what they see. And all of them die, so nice 3 pickup. And Apoy, you still got to be thinking you're on a timer, though, to where you got to be going aggressive. And he does. I would take this fight. There's just so few units here. And, oh, splits off the spearman who decided not to retreat. You have a rain, and getting your Petsuchos caught off like that here. Apoy needs to go if he wants to get the win here. Because Jolly right now, he's got too many villagers on that 1 gold mine. Apoy, I would stay here. Don't retreat. You got a huge population advantage. There you go. Just stay on. You don't necessarily have to kill the Migdal. You can. Just keep the villagers idle. And Jolly's got a long way to go in order to come back here. He is getting dark water, which makes his camels a little bit better. But boy, I would love to see him come forward and attack. He's got 165 favor. I mean, I guess he's almost at the point where he could get another prosperity. He could almost cast another Ancestor's Eclipse if he really wanted to. they come. This is game 5, by the way, so this is match point. Jollyman with his back up against a wall here. Don't get your camels caught there, though. Now that your siege towers here, I think you can just pull off and fight here with everything. Camel Rider versus Dark Waters Camel Rider. And here comes the Ancestors in a little bit earlier than Eclipse is. You got the camels just dying everywhere. That may have been Jolly's last stand in this match here. So we have a second Ancestors, the upgraded camels, just more of them. Now we got these guys chopping away. This is a ton of hit points, though. Plus 15% more hit points and regeneration. But man, I think Apoy is sensing the win here, where he missed an opportunity, but maybe the town center wasn't the thing to go for Jollyman. That's a lot of resources early, and he just was behind unit production the whole game. Villagers desperately trying to defend. Priest healing like crazy, and yeah, this is our last little gasp, our last stand for Jollyman. And that's it. We don't have the resign across the screen, but the game is over, and Jollyman's thrown in the towel. And Apoy! Congratulations to Apoy, who has won the God tier of the Champions League. Well done to Apoy. This was a fun set of games. I wish I could have watched the first game, which went out of sync, but the last 4 games were all pretty fun to watch, and this one, good game. Good game. Apoy needed to win the last 2 in the series, and he did it. And Apoy reached victory here, and yeah, fun series. Well done. Well done to both players. I enjoyed this match. I've really enjoyed pretty much every match that's been played here in the playoffs. Good mix of gods here. We got 3 different pantheons represented in this match: Egyptian, Norse, Greek, and in the end, Juicy McMeats tried his best, never leaving the safety of his base. He did not win against Mr. Banana, Apoy's Pharaoh. So, GG's, what a fun series. Thanks for watching. We will be back tomorrow. It's my goal to finish off the remainder of the championship series. I've got 2 more series of the championship series to go here in the Athenian League, so probably tomorrow I will get to them. One earlier than one maybe around this time, and it should be a lot of fun. So thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate all of you. Maybe we'll find somebody to send you guys to. But yeah, what a good time, huh? That was fun. We'll send you guys over to Einherjba, who's also an Athenian League player in the season. But yeah, appreciate all of you. Appreciate all the players. So thanks for watching. Take care, everybody. Have a good day, good night, whatever it may be. And that is all. Bye.